Hi everyone, this is the Nordic Venture Show, your guide to the exciting world of Nordic startups and venture capital. In today's episode, we're exploring a startup called Meniga.
Let's be real for a sec. Opening our banking apps, it's kind of like staring into a black hole sometimes, isn't it? Numbers, transactions, yeah. But does it actually show us ourselves? Not really.
You hit the nail on the head. It's like banks are sitting on this gold mine of data, but have no clue how to make it actually useful for us, the people using the apps.
And that is exactly what we are diving into today. What if this data, this very data, could unlock like a whole new level of financial, even personal well-being?
Think of it like this. Your bank goes from being this cold, heartless vault to a trusted advisor, someone in your corner helping you reach your goals, whatever those goals might be.
Okay, now that is something I can get behind. We're digging into some fascinating research by Meniga, a company really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with banking. And we're not talking about just slightly better budgeting apps. We're talking a complete overhaul of how we interact with our finances.
One concept that really grabbed my attention is meaningful engagement. Imagine your bank not just a place to park your money, but a partner truly invested in your success.
Okay, see now, meaningful engagement. That's a term I can get on board with. It's way more exciting than just checking my balance, I'll tell you that. But what does it even mean, really? How do we get past the whole corporate buzzword thing?
Well, it all starts with the information buried in our everyday transactions. We usually see them as just like a record of our spending, but they actually reveal a lot more about our lives than we might think.
All right, I'll bite. How can my morning coffee tell you anything profound?
It's not about just one coffee, right? It's the patterns. Let's say you're always buying organic groceries, splurging on the latest fitness tracker, hitting up those fancy gyms. Your bank, seeing this, can put it together. Health and wellness, those are priorities for you.
So instead of a jumble of transactions, my bank starts to see me. A health nut, a travel junkie, a concert fanatic, whatever my spending reveals. That's kind of cool when you think about it.
Precisely. It's about understanding you, your values, your hopes, your habits, and then using that to offer advice and services that are actually helpful, personalized.
Okay, intrigue level rising. But how does this personalization play out in real life? What's an example?
Say you land your dream job. Nice pay bump, congrats. The bank, noticing this positive change, could step in and suggest, I don't know, some tailored saving and investment plans. Help you maximize that newfound financial freedom. No more generic advice, we're talking guidance just for you.
Whoa. That's like having a personal finance guru living in my banking app. Now that is what I'm talking about.
And it doesn't stop at just money management. Picture this. You're thinking about eating healthier, bam, a notification pops up about a discount at the local farmer's market.
What's it?
Or you book a flight and boom, your app, knowing your thing for sustainability, suggests eco-friendly travel options, anticipating your needs, supporting you in a way that actually aligns with your values,
Never thought of it like that, but it makes so much sense. It's like my bank actually helping me live a better life, not just like not overdrafting.
And to get there, Meniga highlights three core things: data, personalization, and this is my favorite, gamification.
Gamification. So like I'm going to be leveling up by paying my bills on time.
Not exactly, although, hey, I like the way you think. It's not about tuning your finances into, some kind of video game. It's more about using those same things that make games fun, those psychological hooks, to help us reach our goals.
Okay, because when I hear gamification, I gotta be honest, my mind goes straight to leaderboards and virtual badges. How do we make that work for banking without it being totally cheesy?
Well, think about what motivates us in general. It's that feeling of progress, of achieving something, maybe even a little friendly competition, right? Gamification takes those things, those feelings, and applies them to those everyday money tasks, like saving or, even just sticking to a budget.
I'm gonna need a real-world example here because honestly, I'm still struggling to picture this.
All right, picture this. You're on your banking app, right? And you set up this goal to save, let's say, for a down payment on a house. Every time you put money in, every deposit, you see this progress bar filling up. Maybe there's even like a little house icon being built, brick by brick. Suddenly, saving isn't this chore, this thing you have to do later. It's a game you actually want to win.
Now okay, that's actually pretty clever. It's like you're tricking my brain into making good financial choices. And it doesn't even have to be about saving, right? Like, what about those times when I know I should be tracking every cent I spend, but the motivation is just not there?
Exactly. You could get points for every transaction you categorize, for example. Or maybe you unlock, I don't know, special offers from local spots just by consistently tracking your spending for like a month. It's about making those kind of boring tasks more fun and rewarding.
So kind of like those fitness trackers, right? The ones that give you like virtual high fives for hitting your step goal. But instead of just bragging rights, I'm actually like improving my relationship with money.
You got it. And the best part is it can be customized. What motivates someone like Gen Z, totally different from what motivates, say, a baby boomer.
Yeah.
But the psychology, the core principles, they're still the same.
This is all sounding amazing, don't get me wrong. But are there any banks out there that are actually doing this well, like right now?
You know, that's the thing. A lot of banks, they're starting to realize, hey, this whole data-driven, gamified approach, it's got potential. But very few are actually going all in. Like the technology exists, but sometimes it's about whether banks are willing to, really invest in innovation and actually put the customer experience first.
So it sounds like we're still in the early days of this whole data-driven banking revolution, huh?
Oh, absolutely. But the potential, it's huge. Imagine a world where,
Where our banking apps actually help us, live our best lives. Count me in.
right, and it goes way beyond just banking when you think about it. Like, what if this whole data-driven thing, what if it was everywhere? Insurance companies rewarding you for driving safe, your investments adjusting automatically based on like how much risk you're cool with, even your favorite shopping apps, giving you personalized deals based on your spending habits.
Okay, now we're talking next level personalization. It's like having this whole team of experts behind the scenes making my financial life like super optimized. But gotta ask, back to banking for a sec. We've talked about the good stuff, the potential. But what about the potential downsides? This is a lot of data we're talking about.
Super important point. This whole future, this hyper-personalized banking thing, it lives or dies on trust, right? And transparency. We got to be able to trust our banks, trust that they're using our data responsibly, ethically, with like seriously strong security. And we need some clear rules. Who owns this data? What about privacy?
Because it's one thing to get a helpful little nudge about my spending. It's another thing entirely to feel like, like Big Brother is tracking my every penny.
For sure. It's about finding that sweet spot between personalization, making our lives better, and privacy, keeping our information safe. And honestly, it's a conversation we all need to be having, especially as this technology just keeps getting more advanced.
My mind is officially blown. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by like the sheer amount of data in our lives these days, But what we've learned today in this deep dive is that our banking data, when it's used thoughtfully, ethically, it can actually be a powerful tool, a tool for positive change.
We should be demanding more from our banks, not just better interest rates, lower fees, all that, but more in terms of like the value they bring to our lives.
So next time you're on your banking app, don't just glance at the numbers, right? Think about what they mean. Think about your goals, what you want to achieve, and how your bank can help you get there.
What if your bank was like your partner, your ally, helping you achieve those goals, build a more financially secure life, a more fulfilling life? That's the promise of this whole data-driven future.
It's a future I can definitely get behind. That's it for our deep dive today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening to the Nordic Venture Show. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more stories of innovation from the Nordics.